Good morning. You know what time it is. I hope you're all doing well this morning and you've had a good week. It's Thursday, so we're nearly at the end of the week. It's a rest day today, so no gym tonight. So we're going to get home and Mrs. is out tonight, so I will chill with the kids. I'll do a bit of cooking, bit of meal prep, get a batch of mince and stuff all cooked up. So we're well ahead as always, and that'll be my plans today after work. Hope you're all feeling good. We had a meeting yesterday with one of my pals who I met in a gym. When I first started down the gym, I met him in there, and we had a sit down yesterday. We're just brainstorming, and this is what I wanted to talk about, because it's surprising how, well, for me it's enjoyable. I enjoy it. I enjoy sitting down with people, talking, just, talking strategy, the kind of thing, planning what, where to invest and how to build stuff, how to build businesses, how to, property portfolios, or, investing in the stocks and shares and, gold and silver and stuff. And that was what we spent actually quite a long time yesterday. It flew by. And it's one of those things where you have a good conversation with someone and you walk away with fresh ideas, or also a little bit more knowledge. When you sit down with people who are doing a lot of research into things or got experience in these things, you can pick away at their knowledge and take bits away to add to your own knowledge and implement yourself. And that's what yesterday was, and it was good. We before we knew it, it would be, I don't know how long it had been, about 2.5 hours, 3 hours, something like that, of just chinwagging, just talking about, getting into property or different things to do, and it was good. And you have these conversations with people, and it's hard to explain it. I buzz off of it. I get a buzz out of talking to these people, understanding how other people's minds work and how they think of things. We're all different, especially say risk levels, what you're willing to risk compared to somebody else. I'm probably quite reserved on the investing money side of it, and then you meet people who are, maybe middle of the road, a little bit more risky, and then you've got the people who will take full-blown risks because the reward's potentially there. That's what yesterday was. We was talking. You understand what people are. You get to learn their mindset, how they are, how they think, and before you know it, you've got another person that is in the circle, in a way of I would work with that person. I would go into business with that person, and I do think that if you've got a team of good people around you, a team of good core people who you can do these things with, one, it makes it a lot easier. There's 2 brains, 3 brains, 4 brains, 5, whatever, in the mix, all these extra minds in the mix that are pushing knowledge in, and ideas, and I think that changes the game. Because getting into things, let's take property, most of us would all be, a lot of us would love to be in property, and when you walk away from these meetings and you've got these people with similar mindset to you, similar outlook, all like-minded people, and you've got a band of 4 of you or 5 of you, well, now the financial burden is a lot lower. You know, you're trying to look, the first property is always the hardest to get. So when you've got a team of people who, let's just say it was a £50,000 deposit you needed for a buy to let, well, between 5 of you now it's only 10 grand, you know. And then you sort of think, well, that's actually a lot more achievable, especially at the beginning when you're building and you're younger and you've not got the resources behind you. You know, so it was good, yeah. I enjoyed it. We've got essentially another person that is in the circle of could work with in the future when the time's right. And he said the same to me yesterday. Like, yeah, it's good. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to trying to hopefully put something together with a few of these people. Again, it's got to be the right people, like-minded people, and then everything else is easy. So yeah, that's, surrounding yourself with these people is sets you up better, sets you up for a stronger future. And more of us need to think about this sort of stuff. A lot of us just ghost through life, earning our money, paying our bills, not planning, you know. How many of you have got a pension or pay into a pension or are doing something to make sure that when you're an adult, when you're a pensioner, sorry, you're not going without, you're not struggling to pay your bills? How often do you read about pensioners that are struggling because there wasn't thought put into, well, retirement? And there's something we've all got to think about, you know. And it's easy to put it off because you're young and you think, oh yeah, well, that's ages away, I'll deal with that. But it soon creeps around quick. I'm already in my 30s, so we've gone from, you know, 17, 18 to having 50 years of work ahead of me to now, well, now we've got about 30. So, you know, time flies and you've got to plan for this stuff. And also plan for, you know, you want to leave stuff for your children. You want to give your children the best head start. What better way than having assets that you've built up and invested in, you know, a property portfolio of rentals that you can leave to the children who now you've got a better start. There's no excuse. Now you're going to make sure the family never goes without. You know, imagine, I've got 3 boys. Imagine you, by the time by the time I'm gone, there's enough there to be like, there's a couple of properties each, essentially. Like, you know, there's enough there for you to build on. You know, if the first one's the hardest one, well, imagine if you do the hard work for your kids now, that first one's, that the struggle of the first one's taken out of the equation, and then from there they can build and they can get, you know, if you was to manage to get a couple, or they might manage to get 10 or more or whatever. You know, you're showing them the right way, and then from there the family will never be the same, you know. And the generations that come after will have a better start, a better future, higher up the chain. You know, that's what it's about. But on your own, it's very hard. But with good, like-minded people, and I can tell you, I've got probably, I don't know, 5 to 10 really good people that I would do these things with. 5 to 10 people that I would have no hesitation setting up a business with, or, you know, building a property portfolio with, you know, and that's what it's about. And you don't get that without one, getting out of your comfort zone and meeting these people, and two, being yourself as well. You've got to, you know, people have got to see exactly how you are, and people get to know you, and you can tell who's real and who's not. I speak to numerous people every day, and you can tell straight away who are the ones who are genuine, they are motivated, they are, you know, actually want to do well, and who just say they do, you know. So many people are on paper, yeah, I'm motivated, I want to do this, I want to do that, and then it's like they walk out the door and forget about all of it, forget about the last hour you've just sat there brainstorming, thinking up ideas. They go home and just carry on as they was, bouncing from job to job, doing nothing, making no progress, if anything going backwards, you know, and that's not for me. And that's why surrounding myself with these people is what I thrive on. It motivates me. You know, a lot of the people I'm closest to are actually older than me. Generally, I'm normally one of the younger in the sort of group of people that I'm sort of with. My core group of people, I'm the youngest. And for me, that I work better that way. I'm taking their knowledge, I'm picking their brains, you know, and like, obviously we're all in our own little fields of what we do, but I enjoy being the sponge. I enjoy being the one who's tapping into their knowledge, you know. A lot of the core people that I socialise with or spend time with, talk to regular, are older than me, financially better off than me, further in their business life than me. You know, they're just further along the timeline. And for me, that's fuel. For me, I look at that and I'm like, I know where I'm heading. You know, I know what the targets are, I know what I need to do. And that's what more people need. More people need to surround themselves with those sorts of people, rather than the usual bunch of people that are going absolutely nowhere. And that doesn't mean they're bad people. Some people are very happy. I know loads of people are happy as Larry, in their own little world, just plodding along, doing their thing, no stress, do you know what I mean? And I get it, it's fine. Happiness is the key. So I'm not digging out anyone who's not interested in doing that sort of stuff. They're quite happy just living their life, doing their thing, you know, doing what they enjoy, whatever that is. But what I'm trying to get across is the people who talk about doing all this, that and the other, and they never do fuck all. They're the people that are wasting time, wasting life, wasting money, and they need to wake up, because one day they're going to be like, oh bollocks, yeah, I spent too much time fannying around, wasting time, energy, money, effort, and now I've not got it in me to turn it around. It's too late, because, you know, your time will pass you by, and before you know it, you're sat there with nothing, empty, you know, unfulfilled. And that's horrible. Who wants that? I wouldn't want that for people, let alone myself, you know. So I suppose the takeaway from this is, yeah, get out there, meet good people, put yourself out there, take yourself out of your comfort zone, build a network of people that you want to be like, you know. Yeah, you want to be the one chasing what the people have got around you, like, in a way, you know. And that's the way, for me, that is how I stay motivated. That is my motivation, as seeing what others have built. I'm not talking about, oh, he's just got more money in the bank, because happiness is up there, freedom. You know, all these things that you put into place to build something, and there's all different rewards, and everyone's got their own thing of what makes it worthwhile. And once you get it, well, life will never be the same. So that's the takeaway. Get yourself out there, meet people, build something, and be better. See you all soon.